All right, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. I'm looking forward to this subject because I think it's really central to the times we're living in. Yes, I'm wearing Post Malone, the big ass stadium tour. Just 'cause that's the shirt I'm wearing today. So we're gonna roll with that. But yes, I want to go deeper in talking about shadow work because this is a really big topic for what's going on in the planet right now. There's just huge healing energy present on the planet right now. But a part of that is in order for a huge healing to take place on the planet, there's going to be a lot of shadows. And this is with every single person brought to the surface to be healed because you can't walk into that new glorious space until you've you know, cleared what's in the way. Because the truth is, of course, we're never actually separate from God. So, in order to experience that, we have to clear out the illusions, the misunderstandings that are in the way. So, as I've said before, God's asking me to go to a deeper dive to my own personal, um, kind of sexual wounding or, um, you know, addiction to pornography, which shows up, maybe it's always kind of like this energy that you might experience is always present, and sometimes maybe you're very good at, you know, uh, ignoring, moving past, finding things to distract yourself. And sometimes it's very present. But the thing it holds in common, and I can relate to this too, is Deanna always tells me to show my necklaces, so I'll move these out here. Is that we're afraid of them, and we want to pretend like they are not there. And this is what perpetuates them is the not talking about them, not having the courage to share. Excuse me. So I decided to just be very open about this, and because I know that it actually doesn't have any power, and that there is always with any shadow just a greater understanding that needs to take place and a greater healing. So this is about supporting yourself in that healing because you might find that, like for me, I'm finding God, I can feel wants me to rise to these higher and higher levels of financial success, career success. But I keep facing that there is something, the more I get closer to that I need to deal with. And for me, it's this shame that I have, you know, been feeling, and of course, I'm kind of processing it right now. And for me, it presents in like my middle of my back. I just feel that this energy, and it's just a place that needs a lot of love. This is why Twin Flames Universe, my primary religion, unionism, focuses on shadow work as the primary method to healing and purifying your consciousness. And what is meant by that is to find those places within yourself that feel uncomfortable. Practice bringing love to that space. It's not about judgment. It's not about fear. It's about knowing the truth, which is that you're a perfect divine child, created perfectly, and all of these fears and these misalignments, they're just misunderstandings within your being that you can, with support and love, bring back to wholeness. So, I encourage you to find resources to support you. So for me, you know, I had a coach, and then I transitioned to a therapist, which was discovered to be a little more appropriate at the time. And that therapist has been working through some modalities and invited me to check out, SAA and to pick up this book. I haven't actually, it's a huge book, haven't just got it, haven't read it yet, but Facing the Shadow, starting sexual and relationship recovery. Excuse me, I need some water. And so yeah, this is very humbling in all because this isn't, something that it's a very widespread, like the issue I'm talking about in particular, which is just, addiction to unhealthy sexual behaviors, or for me, it manifests mostly as, you know, addiction to some level, some degree of pornography, and it doesn't serve me. It kind of perpetuates this bad feeling. And I know that it's very common in our world, in our society, but it's not very openly discussed. And this is, you know, something I realized this is why a space like SAA is liberating. I experienced liberating energy and others experiencing that because it's a space to talk freely about something that is very taboo. So I'm bringing this all up because I'm sure there's something that you're afraid of about yourself or your reality. It could be related to sexuality, finances, all the taboo things, right? Insecurities around what people think about you. A lot of us base our life, whether we realize it or not, on a large part on how other people perceive or judge us. That is not our primary, or that doesn't actually matter at all. You want to live by how God sees you. And that's about getting to know who you are at the core. God loves you, God sees your divinity, and God's only desire for you is to realize your fullest expression of happiness. And God is an expression of true joy, true love, and true peace within yourself. This is why the Church of Union focuses on the inner work, because it's not about perfecting your presentation of yourself to the world. Uh, it's it's all smoke and mirrors, you could say, if you're not truly pursuing honest joy, honest peace, and honest happiness. That is an internal job, and doing shadow work is an essential part of arriving there at that in that space of true happiness. It's about truly, once you've embraced every part of yourself, there's nothing to be afraid of because you're not afraid of yourself. You have chosen to embrace yourself. So, in short, I want to use this video as an opportunity to invite you to spend some time, even if it's just a little time, with your shadow. Maybe pull out your journal. You know what it is. For me, like this energy in my back, it's pretty consistent, even if I don't often want to acknowledge it. Here I am acknowledging it. I'm making a choice to acknowledge its presence so that you can't heal what you're not acknowledging. So that's the ultimate goal, is to recognize that ultimately these upsets, which what they are, misalignments, they don't actually have power. It's just the power we give them through being afraid of them. So what I'm inviting you to is to begin that process of demystifying. Um, Journal. Find a safe person or a therapist to talk about these things. Um, the more you can feel comfortable uh, bringing healing to these spaces, the better. Because literally, your life is meant to be just like a fantastic miracle. And of course, it is right now, is the truth. Your life is, is right now a fantastic miracle. You're a child of God and you're a beautiful, brilliant being. And it's just a matter of clearing out these misaligned thoughts and feelings so that we can experience the full truth of that. Because you have to love yourself. You have to feel the truth of that. Nobody actually can love you enough to help you feel that way. You have to love yourself that way. You have to know that you're that worthy, that divine. And that is a really deep process. That's what, the classes of TFU and the coaches at Twin Flames Universe help you to do, is to walk into those places that are scary, difficult, um, challenging in your consciousness so that you can find light and healing and joy there. So, whatever way resonates with you, I invite you to find a safe way to begin that work, because that is the most powerful way to heal your life, is to is to know shadow work and how to effectively move from a space of feeling a hurt or wounded place within yourself to a place of healing within yourself. That is what the mirror exercise does. And that is what any good spiritual practice will, in the end, help you to do. Look at those places within yourself that need love and healing and bring true relief to those places. I think that's, yeah, there's really nothing more important you can do for your life at this time. So I hope this encourages you to feel safe looking at those places, knowing, this is why I'm just being as honest as I can about my journey so that you can feel safer in your journey as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon.